Yeah, I don't know who we are feeling like either. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the logcast, or welcome to the logcast. Today, we are talking Inquisitors, because I think in the current theme of what happened in More Shadow Lord Episode 8, as much as we spoke about Maul losing, we should probably have a talk also about a group that's been taken very unseriously in Star Wars for quite some time now, that being the Inquisitors. Now obviously the Inquisitors are hired by Vader to hunt down any remaining Jedi and kill them. And they themselves are failed Jedi, and we see that with Barriss Offee, and we also see that with the Grand Inquisitor in Rebels. Now, I think for the longest time, I think a lot of people could say that the Inquisitors haven't really had any fear factor, nor have they really had any sort of presence on screen in Star Wars. The last time I felt any presence of the Inquisitors was in Rebels with the Grand Inquisitor. And I think that was the only time in a piece of media on the TV that I felt any fear towards an Inquisitor, because he was just cunning. He was very efficient in what he did. Did he kill any Jedi on screen? No. Was he especially good at his job either? No. But he was an adversary that was worthy to Kanan Jarrus. Then along came the fifth brother after the Grand Inquisitor's defeat. And not knowing how these worked as a kid, I thought he was going to be stronger. Boy, was I wrong. The fifth brother comes along with one of the sisters, and they're both just terrible. Then after that, we have Jedi Fallen Order, where Trilla is the main antagonist of the game. And Trilla is the first time since the Grand Inquisitor where I must say I felt a little bit worried by an Inquisitor in terms of the safety of the main characters and also who I was playing as, being Cal Kestis. But, with that said, there are so many, and I mean many, Inquisitors in Star Wars that have done absolutely nothing. And even Marok and the 11th brother himself, the two that are in Maul Shadow Lord, in their appearances on screen, Marok and Ahsoka got clapped. And again, the 11th brother was clapped by Ahsoka in Tales of the Jedi. So, what has this show done for the Inquisitors that's made me press record and make this video? Well, I think there's a lot of talk around whether Maul should have lost the fight, which I don't think he should have done. I made a log on that the other day. And like someone pointed out in my comment section of that video, the 11th brother is obviously an easy target. And Marok is a much more threatening adversary to him than the 11th brother will be. However, this is the however, I still don't think the combined strength is enough for Maul to lose. Ahsoka beats one of these, without a lightsaber by the way, and who beats Ahsoka like a year before this happens? Maul. The same goes for Marok. I mean, Marok loses to a prime Ahsoka, but holds his own against her at one point. I think Marok is a slightly stronger adversary, and I think him on his own I would have been a little bit less hacked off with. But it doesn't take away from the fact that these are two characters that were very poorly treated in the media they were in. However, this is my however, I think this has done a great service to the Inquisitors. Because before this, like I mentioned, every Inquisitor we've seen on screen has done absolutely nothing. There is one Inquisitor, the one from Tales of the Jedi, no, Tales of the Empire even, that works with Barriss Offee, that does kill a Jedi on screen. Which is fine, and I think she's the only one to ever do that. So what about Maul Shadow Lord then? The two Inquisitors beating Maul, I think, has done an incredible amount of work for their image. For Maul to lose to the 11th brother, mind you, 11th. You know, if you don't know how these work, they work in a similar way to Baroque works in One Piece, where the higher the number, the more trash you are, the lower the number, all the way down to 0, is the stronger you are. So, him being the 11th brother is absolutely insane and holding his own. Marok being the first is obviously meaning he's the strongest, and they're on complete opposite ends of the spectrum. And you can see that in the fight, because Maul is able to quite easily hold his own against the 11th brother. But them actually taking Maul down means I think that people are now going to see the Inquisitors working as a unit, which is what someone said in my comments, but also as a threat now, finally. Now, I don't know how much more media the Inquisitors can be in, because if I'm honest with you, the time period between obviously where we are being the Empire and the Republic, we've seen a lot of it now, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm getting a bit tired of seeing this era. It's fun, it's really good, and I think a lot of the media that's come out of it has been much superior to the sequel trilogy. I like Andor, I really like this show, Bad Batch was good, but I think we're running out of things we can do in this time period at the moment where it can be interesting. Now, we obviously tried before Phantom Menace with the Acolyte. We all know how that went. And if I'm honest with you right now, I don't know what I want to see from Star Wars after more Shadow Lord. Obviously, our next project is May 22nd with The Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also kind of not, because Mandalorian Season 3 fell off a cliff, and this just looks like several episodes just plugged into one film. It's going to make a lot of money because of Grogu, and I think it's going to be a commercial success. I'm excited to see it because it's Star Wars and it could be good, but my initial instinct is telling me that it's probably going to be quite bad. Then we have the Rey movie coming up in a few years, maybe next year. I don't know on this one. I saw a little argument in my comment section of the last video talking about the Rey movie. Don't know on that front. Rey isn't that bad. She's not that dislikable. She just needs better writing. I think in terms of how we see the Inquisitors now, I think it would be better to see in future Star Wars media that they are actually, doing their job. Obviously, Maul's probably going to get rid of both of them, and Vader's going to have to step in episode 10 or 9. Let me know what you guys think of the Inquisitors, but I think the Inquisitors have now had their moment in the sun in Star Wars, finally, after so long. And make sure to like and subscribe for future logs, because we're going to be talking about all sorts of things, not just Star Wars. So make sure to hit the subscribe button to see what future content we can post in the fictional space. See you guys later.